All right, before you watch the next video, I just want to say that it took me nearly 40 minutes to give these 20 points. Initially, I thought 19, but it became 20 points, which is good. This is a video which I want you to bookmark, not just for views and all that, but it has so much of wisdom, so much of learning, so much of practical knowledge that can really change your life. So please bookmark this video. I normally don't say that. And watch it once when you're having a shower or when you're eating food or when you're walking, jogging, whatever. But then take time to really go through it. And I sincerely hope it helps you. I say, because end of the day, all this effort that I put here, I sincerely wanted to help you. Okay. So watch this video, do it slowly. That's the reason I'm making this introduction. And please take down notes. Take down notes and not only review them, but reflect on them and implement them. Remember, knowledge is not power. Application of knowledge is power. Okay. So having said that, please watch this video where I share with you the 20 realities of life or the words of wisdom that I got from my heart and I'm sharing with you. All right, let's start the video.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, this video is going to be slightly long because I have 19 points. It would have been nice if I had 20, but anyway, I have 19 points. And these 19 points, I got them when I was sitting and having masala Indian chai at a Nepali restaurant here in Samui. So I got the inspiration, like what would be the gems of wisdom that I could give myself when I was young? Because, I started to work from the age of 16 and I made a lot of mistakes in life, lots and lots of mistakes in life. I wish there was somebody to guide me. So in no particular order, I have 19 points and I'll try to be as brief as possible, but do listen to it and don't listen to it at one go. And I hope it adds value to you. And if there's any question or any doubts or anything you'd like to add, feel free to put it in the comment section below. I always read them. About myself, if you're new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, in the Middle East, that is Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman. And because I'm into personal branding, I help people whether online or offline, that is as an employee or as a freelancer or business person or consultant, whatever, online. I help you earn more money because end of the day, it's only through the loopholes of the system that you can make more money. And people also book my services for coaching, consulting, personal problems, professional issues. Details are put down below. Okay, so let's start. The first one, which I want to tell you is, life is so bloody unpredictable. Life is so bloody unpredictable. And you want to make plans and hope that life goes a particular way, but life just doesn't go the way you planned it, man. And if it was for the good things, I'd be like, very good. The problem is the unpredictability comes from the bad stuff. And let's say, for example, a relationship that you thought would be perfect, everything would be perfect, and it breaks up. You started to run a business and it was all going good and the partner cheated you, or it had to shut down. Let's say health issue. This year itself, I had 2 people who I know personally from Dubai. One got tumor, one got cancer, and they were young. They were in their 30s and 40s. And then there was a divorce, someone who I never thought would go through a divorce. So life is really bloody unpredictable. You might have a plan. I will be this, I will be that, I will do this. Even your marriage, even your career path, nothing is predictable. Life is totally unpredictable. That is number one. Okay. Number two is bad news will always come and unannounced. Give me 1 second. Um, when I get thoughts, no, I always like to time them out. Okay. The second one is bad news comes unannounced, and I'll add one more aspect to this bad news. This is really terrible. When bad things happen, it doesn't happen in just one go. Everything, it's like the shit just hits the ceiling. It's like there'll not be one tragedy. There'll be two, three, four, five. Like I'll give you a simple example. Uh, my friend, she was a compliance like director at a very high level, and her life was perfect. She was doing very well. There was no problems at all with her life. All of a sudden, one fine day, she finds out that she's going to be laid off, which was okay because she still had money. This is all, she's staying in the Middle East. And next thing you know, her husband, the guy she's married to, he also lost his job. And then, if that was not enough, then later on she found out that this guy was having an affair with somebody else. And furthermore, because of all the headache and all that, she started to get stressed out, and then she found out she has a health issue. So one, two, three, four, all the four, and it really, really took a massive toll. And for someone who was like up there, I mean, her whole world came crashing down. And later on, she booked my session, and which she would have never done if life was perfect. So she's still work in progress, but like I said, it was really bad, yeah. And now they're going through a divorce, which is very bloody expensive, and they're not able to agree on a lot of things. So yeah, when bad news comes, it'll come unannounced. Number three, uh, I'm pretty sure you hear stuff like work-life balance. Have a balanced life. Have a work-life balance is only if you are happy being living a mediocre life. Because remember this, inflation never stops, expenses never stop, and when bad things will happen, then you'll only have expenses. Like, for example, a job loss. You're not earning any money unless you have some unemployment benefits that secures you that you don't have to worry. Second one, if you get sick and you're hospitalized for 1 month, 2 months, expenses. Partner cheats you, business shuts down. You know, like I told you before, no, this bad news comes unannounced. So spending money, losing money goes very fast. Saving money is very hard. Earning money is also hard, but the savings part is very challenging. So always remember, work never ends. And if you're passionate about your career, if you're really serious about your career, work will never end. If you're the type who, after office hours, likes to switch off and be with the family, balance life, oh, I want to be happy, I want to, fine. But then when bad days come, then don't complain. The thumb rule that I would give you is if you have minimum 2 years savings, okay, 2 years, that even if you lose your job, you don't have to worry, then you are in a safe place. But if you don't have that kind of money, then you better work. Number four, time is priceless. Now, obviously, you'll be like, yeah, I know that. No, you don't know that. People generally, they substitute time for money. Like, they kind of exchange. Like, example I'll give you. To save a few pennies, people don't mind driving a little bit further to get a discount. People don't mind waiting in line for the bloody iPhone or something just to get their hands on something cheaper. Man, calculate how much you are worth per hour. See, for example, me, okay, I know I'm a freelancer. I know I'm not an employee. I'm a online business consultant, whatever. My per hour is 237 US dollars, which I charge people. So if I were to stand in line, I were to wait, I were to go long distance shopping, I'm actually sacrificing the 237 US dollars for that trip. So I have to ask myself, is it worth it? That is why when people ask me, hey, would you like to meet for a cup of coffee? Would you dinners on me? I calculate 1 hour to dress up, 1 hour to reach that place, 1 to 2 hours sitting and talking to that guy about just generic stuff, 1 hour to come back, 1 hour to dress up, get ready, 1 hour to get in the frame of mind. So Actually, if I look at it, I've actually spent around 7 to 8 hours. 7 to 8 hours, and I'll give you the exact amount. Calculator. Okay. So if this guy were to give me, let's say, he's paying the bill for the lunch. Okay. What I've actually lost is if he pays, let's say he's paying $200 or $100 for food. Food is not too expensive here. I have actually spent 1,896. That means $1,900 worth of my time I spent on him. Is that person worth it? That friend, relative, whomsoever, is that shopping which I spent 2 hours, 3 hours? Okay, you finished your work, you achieve your target for the day, and fine. I don't expect you to work 24/7, 24 hours a day. But always evaluate. If someone asks you for a cup of coffee, someone wants to meet you, this is how you need to calculate your time, because once the time goes by, you'll never get it. Very simple. Let me just ask you, what is your age right now? 5 years ago, can you get it back? 5 years ago, what was your age? Can you get it back? Don't you wish you could go back in time and correct a lot of things? I mean, there are so many people who sometimes, man, I wish I could go back to school, go back to college. Those were fun days. I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 60s. I made so many mistakes. I wish I could go back in time. You will never get time back here. Like 2023 is getting over, finished. It's gone, it's done. Okay. Number 5, this one I used to always disagree. I used to never agree. Okay. But then today, I guess because of age and maturity, I agree. If you're focused, if you're focused in your work, you'll talk less. And for me, it has been always very hard because I've been talkative. I have ADHD. I'm hyper. I love talking. And you can make out the video and all that. But I'll tell you one thing. When you're really focused into doing deep work, you don't talk. You don't talk with anyone. You don't chat with anyone. You don't communicate with anyone. You are just focused and you don't want any noise. So for me, I learned it the tough way. And I can tell you this, the productivity, the results, the ROI that I get today being focused, it is 20, 30 times than what the same Loy Machedo would get. And, many people like to be like Muhammad Ali when they go for competition and they like to talk big and this and that. You'd rather first do your groundwork and use that 20% just to brag, but 80% should always be focused, deep work. So for that, you need to talk less because remember, brain can't do two things at a time. Number 6, which I've spoken in my previous video, is have a plan, work your plan, okay? And plan your work. If you don't have a plan, what the hell are you doing? I'm just going to do work today. Do work. How much? What is your target? What are you planning to do before? What time do you get up? What time do you sleep? It should be like a Spartan military rule. If you know what time you get up, what time you will do your activity, what time you'll sleep, what time you'll eat, if you do it that way, then you'll succeed. Check Olympic athletes, check military, check anybody who has achieved success or who's at the top of the ladder. Those people who are at the creme de la creme, at the top, they always plan everything out. I have not met, until today, I've not met someone who is just so spontaneous that he doesn't have. In fact, they even have a plan for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. So work your plan, plan your work. And yes, challenges will always be there, unexpected responsibilities, family meetings, deaths, unpredictable, this thing, holidays, whatever. But still have a plan and every day refine it. Number 7, yes, you have to be lucky in order to succeed. That I'll give it to you. Lottery, people who win lottery tickets, luck. A good job, there are 2 people, good candidates. One gets the job, one doesn't get the job. Luck is also there. If both are equal, sometimes, I like this guy more. So luck is always there. Luck is a very big factor. In fact, my success is because of luck. But luck will come to you only if you're prepared for it. Like for example, today, let's say I'm very lucky to get clients online. Many people don't have clients. Yeah, it is because I have YouTube videos. It is because I've advertised myself. It is because my website is up and running. It is because my payment gateway is up and running. It is because I have spent time connecting with people. It is because I form community. So I'm prepared. So if tomorrow I get a very rich client, or I get many clients, or I get clients every day, people say, "Oh man, you're so fucking lucky, man." Yeah, because I prepared myself for it. So luck will happen, but be prepared for it and give it your all. Only then luck would happen. It's like if I get a client and I don't have a payment gateway, he says, "Oh, I want to pay you by Stripe." And I tell him, "No, I have only PayPal." "Oh, okay, let me check and get back to you." "Oh, I've lost. Finished." Then it's bad luck, right? Okay, so always you get lucky if you're prepared. Number 8, life is not fair, my friend. Do I need to say it? Let me have a sip. Life is not fair. I mean, you can take as many examples as you want. One person got a lottery ticket. One person got a loving husband. One person, both of me and one other guy, both started the YouTube channel, but he's become a runaway this thing because of the topics he chooses. Mine is not so much. I get noticed because of the tattoos on my face. He is offering better content, but nobody notices him. So life is not fair. Like, for example, many people say, "Hey man, you got such a loving wife, even though you have been such a playboy and a stinker and a user. You used people and you ruined." They claim I ruined. I was a transparent playboy. But you got a very good character wife. You're so bloody lucky. You made so many mistakes. You tattooed your face, still you have a career. You lost millions, still you managed to get it. You're so bloody lucky. Yeah, because life is not fair. I know there are many people in my place who, if they had done even 10% of what I'd done, just tattooed the face, only that, maybe you'll never get a career. So yes, life is not fair. But at the same time, remember, there is good things that happen. There can be bad things that can happen. So be prepared for anything and don't demand life should be fair, because life is not meant to be fair. Maybe I know athletes who have prepared their entire life only to find out that they got cancer. I know people who, at the day of the actual fight, MMA, they break their leg and finish. They lost that opportunity. I know people, couples who are supposed to get married, okay, and just on that day of the marriage, something happens. So, you just can't help it. Yeah. So always remember, number 8, life is not fair. Number 9, we always have a tendency to compare ourselves to others. Social media. How many likes do you have? I have so many likes. Oh, how many subscribers you have? They ask me. Oh, he has much more. So we always like to compare ourselves with others. Even money. How much money he's making, how much money I'm making. I have this client who works in UAE who gets 50,000 dirhams, 51 or 52. She was very happy, 52,000 dirhams. Until the day she found out that the Emirati lady, who's younger than her, who knows less than her, is getting double her salary, nearly double, plus perks and benefits. All of a sudden, she is not happy. She is very miserable. She was happy all the while, but now after she checked, she's getting more. So what I told her is, listen, stop comparing yourself to anybody else. Compare yourself to you. Last year, you were getting 10% less. This year, you're getting 10% more. You compare yourself to even bodybuilding. Okay, fine. You have 20-inch arms. You want 22. Maybe the guy in the gym, the strongest, has 23-inch arms. Don't focus on him. Maybe if you push yourself too hard, you'll get injured. Whether it's revenue, whether it's popularity, whether it's fame, whether it's social currency of likes and whatever. Yes, it's good to be competitive, but compare what you were yesterday to today. If you are able to read half a page and today you can read 2 pages, that is progress. But having said that, number 9, which I said, compare yourself to you. Number 10 is, whether we like it or not, we'll always be compared to others. Whether you're going for a job interview, they'll compare A to B. If marriage selection, the girl has to choose, she'll choose you versus some other person. Employer has to choose one guy, it'll be him or him to get a promotion. So you're constantly in the state of competition. This is the world we live in. We get compared, we get judged. So yes, compare yourself to you. That is for inner happiness. But if you want to rise to the top, you have to be exceptionally competitive. Exceptionally. Just Google search how Usain Bolt used to train for the 9 seconds, 100 meters. What he said is that 9 seconds, that was the easiest thing in the world. The training for 4 years for that 9 seconds, he's saying they used to puke and they used to vomit and they used to have cramps and they used to have injuries. He's saying that was the worst. The day of the competition, easiest. Okay. So number 10, remember, you have to compete. And there, I'll just give a sub point, which may increase the number of points. Never let your competition outwork you. Always work harder than the competition. I always believe, okay, fine. My YouTube channel is not viral. I don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't have 1 million views. I can't control that. I can't control whether my content will be popular or not. But I'll speak from the heart and what I'm passionate about. But one thing I've told myself, I will never let my competitor outwork me. So I work very, very hard and I give my best. So that's maybe point 10, point whatever. Number 11. This one I learned the hard way, and I think I learned it when I nearly was about to die on my birthday. This is not my suicide thing. This is after I got married. I happened to eat some seafood which caused my entire system to, it just went bad, and the doctor said it's a very severe allergy. Okay. So, when I recovered, I realized that whole night I'd passed out and I was lucky to be alive. Sometimes it's good to know when to stop. Okay. Don't chase behind money so much. Don't chase behind fame so much. Don't chase behind anything so much that you don't know when to stop. So I've learned that every day, yes, I have to work and hard and whatever, but take those few moments to appreciate the blessings you have. Otherwise, you just become a machine, man. A simple example that I'll give you is there was this actual story that happened in Dubai. This Keralite guy, he worked, I think, 34 or 35 years in Dubai. He never went for a single holiday back home. Never. He used to only talk. And this is even before video conferencing, all that was there. His goal was to save money, build a house, have a plot of land, everything, and have his family and go to his retired home. And this actually happened. After 34 years, 35 years, he had to say goodbye. It was heartbreaking because this was his identity. Never took a day off. At the airport, he got so overwhelmed with the sadness. He's a 60-year-old guy, 60 plus. He never did exercise, nothing, only working. He got a heart attack and he died. Finished. Now, who will stay in that house? Who will stay with that plot of land? My wife's dad. We were supposed to meet him. And this actually happened. If you're part of my Facebook, you know this. We were supposed to meet him to, the entire family, all of them together in December. 2 more weeks were there. We were supposed to meet at the last week of December, all the family. He died 2 weeks, just 2 weeks before we meet him. He was perfectly healthy. He used to get a little bit of pain. Although doctor said later on he had a weak heart. He didn't know this. So sometimes it's good to know when to stop and smell the roses. Okay. I know some of my advice will be contradicting the other, but understand the context in what I'm saying and don't overly do something. Oh, Loy said to, you don't know when you'll die, so I might as well enjoy life. Be a little sensible there. Number 12 is more is always not better. People have always made fun of me, especially my critics. Oh, you have only 50,000 subscribers. Oh, you have only 200, 300 views per video. Oh, you are only so rich. Yeah. What people don't know is, with the existing number of people that I have, how many messages, how many emails, how many notifications. In case you do not know, I get 1,600 per day. It is very challenging for me to go through each and every one. So if with 50,000 subscribers and with just 200 views or whatever, I am hardly free. What if tomorrow it becomes 500,000 subscribers? Man, I'll have to have employees, I'll have to have people, I'll have to take on more responsibilities and more headache, which I don't want. I have a schedule, I have a way of life, and for me, it has to be slightly balanced, where I can go for a walk, I can sit and watch a movie, I can relax, I can say no to a client, Because always remember, more is not better. With more comes more headache. And especially fame is a double-edged sword. Because the more famous you are, the more troublemakers. And I get enough and more. My goodness, I get people who give death threats to me, my wife, my daughter, and my, WhatsApp group members. They know all this. So more is not always better. Just keep that in mind. Number 13, given that we are in a social media landscape, there are certain metrics by which your value is measured. How many likes, how many followers, how many comments. Those metrics are based on popularity. And people try to push the envelope by filtering this thing by, there are even face apps that can make your eyes bigger, ears are saying white and this and that. Don't get into this race of the popularity metrics because it will not stop. And people just don't know when to stop. That is why so many girls, they're doing stuff which is so questionable. Once upon a time, a girl would, want to be at least looked upon modestly. Today, a girl inviting strangers openly shows her panties, shows her breasts, shows her ass. Do you know who's watching you? Is it a labor class guy? Is it a sex depraved guy? Is it a criminal? What are you doing? If you don't go on the streets and you don't show yourself naked because you think it's indecent, why are you doing it online? And once it stays online, it remains forever. So please don't be a slave for popularity metrics. I keep getting advice from people, Loy, if you change your content, you do this, you become a foodie blogger. If I speak on all this or some viral controversy, maybe I'll get like Andrew Tate topics or that Pearl female topics. But I will not be happy. Sometimes you really need to know what makes you happy, what gives you inner happiness. And for me, this is enough. So ask yourself what really makes you happy. Don't get into the popularity metrics. Don't be a slave for that. And if anyone compares you to that, keep them away. Point number 14. Anything you do, marriage, business, migration, whatever, or education, we always look at the positive side. If I marry, I'll be happily ever after. I'll have a loving family. I'll have a loving wife. If I start a business, I'll be my own boss. I'll have my own customers. I'm working for me. If I migrate, I'll no longer earn in rupees. I'll earn in dollars and I'll be earning, have a future. Always check what is the bad side. What are the horror stories? What are the failures? We'll always read about this guy became a millionaire, he succeeded, he earned 7-figure income. But for that one successful guy, there are millions who have failed. And nobody likes to read that. Like you'll read, OnlyFans, she's making millions of dollars. Fine, that one female is making millions. Is everybody making millions? And what is the price to pay for showing your naked body online? It remains there forever. Marriage is great, but what happens if the marriage doesn't work out? What if you fight like cats and dogs? What if you go for a divorce? You start a business, fine, yay, I'm my own boss, but you put $500,000 of your money. What if it doesn't work? You lose everything. Then what do you do? So always check the bad side. And for me, being a personal branding strategist, being a coach, being a mentor, whenever someone comes to me with all the positive, happy stuff, I immediately focus what is the negative. Okay. Number 15, this one I wish someone had really told me is always be in it for the long haul, the long journey. I really messed up my life with bodybuilding, steroids, powerlifting, my joints, my health, my internal organs. Yeah, that time it looked very nice with big muscles and being strong and all that. But no, there was nobody to tell me, you read, these can be the drawback, but you don't actually know what it is unless it happens to you. I paid a very big price. And here's a funny thing. All the 20 years that I spent in the gym, with countless hours, 3 to 6 hours a day sometimes, with so much of millions spent on, total, if I calculate 20 years, on steroids, supplements, food, all this stuff. It's all gone to waste. Today, do I look like a bodybuilder? So I wish someone had told me, Loy, when you're doing something, do it for the long haul. I wish instead of that gym thing, I'd focused on personal branding. And even relationships, friendships and all that. We put so much of effort, whether it's love life, marriage, best friends. None of your school, college friends, none of your office colleagues will be there with you for the long run. So whatever you spend there will go to waste. Focus on immediate benefits and have a long-term vision of your goal. That is why coaching, training, mentoring is a long-haul process. And I tell people, if you really want to see big results, take long-term. Even sports, boxing, MMA, running, yes, it's fun, but the day you retire, finished. You're left with those permanent injuries for the rest of your life. It's fun when you are filled with testosterone. Even OnlyFans and all that. Yeah, it's fun now. You're making a million. Well, the day you become old, the day you reach your 40s, and people have access to your nude photographs and they bully you, make fun of you. Imagine you're with your family and someone just shows you your vagina, this and that, and some with a sexual pose. Terrible, right? So always think long haul. Number 16. This one I have to remind my customers, especially the ones who have achieved success or who have made money. Your past doesn't equate to your future. I'll give you a simple example. My mother, um, she came to Dubai in her, I think, 30s or late 20s. And she started, and whatever she started, because Dubai that time was like virgin territory, it was just a desert, everything was growing. Whatever she touched turned to gold. She started exercise teaching. That time there was no exercise teachers. She used to watch this Jane Fonda, just move your hand like this, move your hand like this, up, down, and this and that. And she used to get paid very good money. Like if I were to equate what she got those days today, let's say maybe 2,000, no, not dollars, say $500 per session for a female from a village who didn't have any qualifications, knew nothing. Her diet program consisted of what she would read from books: eat a grapefruit and toast. That is what. So she made solid money as an exercise teacher. She made solid money as a beautician. She was a beautician, self-taught. All her techniques were wrong. Today she would have been sued for millions. Dieting, all bullshit she used to tell them. Eat toast, eat, just drink water and this and that. So you will not believe, by the time 10 years or 15 years passed, she had 4 houses in India, which is costing a bomb. She had 2 plots of land in the southern part of India, I think. She had a business. Oh, she thought she could achieve the sun, moon, and stars. But that arrogance, ignorance, overconfidence led her to make many, many wrong choices. And as Dubai grew, as more people got attracted to Dubai as a upcoming place, competition grew, people got smarter. Lo and behold, one day the internet came and her decline started. She lost everything, one by one mistakes. See, you can't make too many mistakes, too many businesses open and close and all that. And I was giving my mom, I don't know what the conversation was. I was giving her advice and telling her, see, listen, this is not going to work. She told me, don't teach me. Okay, don't teach me. I have done so many things. I can do this and that. And she went in a very arrogant rant, which I never seen. She told me she can do anything. Well, that was when she was in her 40s and losing everything. Today, she is bankrupt. She and my stepfather, they're living on the mercy or the breadcrumbs of my stepbrother. And they've lost everything. Millions. They lost millions. So your past doesn't equate to the future. That is why when I get someone who's in their 50s or whatever, he has been a CEO, he has been a director, he has been a successful businessman. That was your past. Times have changed. Today you have AI, open source this, you have automated stuff, it's completely changed, man. What you were in your 20s, don't think you can do it in your 60s. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Number 17, your groups, your friends, your relatives, even your spouse, or the place you stay, it will define you. Very simple. If you're staying in Syria, war-torn country, versus you're staying in, let's say, a free country like, let's say, USA, where do you think you'll have better opportunities to succeed? Simple. Let's say you're surrounded by very conservative, super religious, hardcore, whichever religion you want to put, Islam or Hindu, whatever. They say internet is bad, this is bad, you have to marry, you have to have children, versus someone who gives you the absolute opportunity to do your career, whatever. Which do you think will succeed? Imagine one situation where you're only with your uncles, your aunts, and all that who earn a $1,000 salary, versus you're surrounded by groups of people who are like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett. Where do you think you're going to have the difference? So the people who surround you will define you. And I know many of you will say, hey, but Loy, I'm just earning a very small salary. I live in Mumbai, or I live in Bangladesh or Pakistan or Australia. We have simple neighbors. I live in the UK. We are just farmers. Fine. See, me, I stay in Thailand. I don't mix with anyone. I surround myself with books. I surround myself with worthwhile content. And I keep to myself. And I surround myself with the best ideas, the greatest minds. And not only that, I implement it. So be very careful who you surround yourself. And if you're surrounded by toxic people, as soon as possible, get out, because it's like cancer. It's going to destroy you. So the groups you hang out with define you. Number 18. This, I think, is because we live in a global economy or a networked economy. People think if I migrate to USA, my life will be better. If I'm like, I give you from Syria to USA, yes, it's it's million times better. But if you're already in a free country, for example, I'm in India. If I go to Canada, I'll be super fine. Okay, fine, you'll go to India, but is your English up to the mark? Do you have the skills that is required in Canada? Are you very good at networking? Are you very good at communication? Do you know how to market and sell yourself? If you don't know all this, at least in India, you could speak the native language and network with people. But now you have gone there, you're going to feel like a total lost. I know some clients who, from India, from the village in Punjab and this and that, they went to Canada. Nobody is offering them a job. But the thing is, the media's control says they don't show you. There are some people who are literally, they have become a security guard or they become a cleaner, and they are that for 15 years, 10 years. It's a terrible way to live, man. And then they say, sheesh, man, if I went back home, I wouldn't have to be a security guard. I would have been a manager at least for a bank. Maybe I would not be like having a white passport and showing off, but at least I'd get respect and have a good life. So always remember, escapism is not the answer. Sometimes you will go from the frying pan into the fire. Number 19, social media or the internet and the apps, they are designed for you to fail. They are designed for you to be addicted. They are designed to be the drug. So if you thought smoking, drinking, and drugs was bad, I would tell you social media, the apps, the smartphone. So if you really want to succeed in life, you really want to be something, stay away from this. Seriously, I know you must be thinking, hey, you're a YouTuber and you're telling. I have to tell you exactly the truth, right? I mean, I'm making a living out of YouTube. Fine. What are you doing? Are you getting any revenue? So if you're not earning any money, you're giving money. If something is for free, it's not actually for free. You're giving something, your data or something, and they are influencing you. So social media is designed for you to be addicted and for you to fail. Just understand this much. And if you're a person with basic common sense, you'd know what I'm saying is right. Whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, all the vices from gaming to everything else, it's designed to make you addicted to it. And like I told you in the beginning of the video, I'll give you one bonus. I think it's very, very important. This is point number 20. It's very important to know who you are. Majority of the people who I speak to, when I say, okay, tell me something about yourself, they say, yeah, my name is so-and-so, I studied in this college, I'm working as this is my specialization. Yeah, all these are parts of you, but who are you? Apart from the name and the designation and all that. And then people get confused. Is this a spiritual question, like a guru kind of thing? See, the more deeper you dig into who you are, your good, bad, ugly, the good side and the dark side, the good side and the evil part. Once you really come to know who you are, it becomes easier to chalk out your the direction where you have to move. I used to, like every other guy, I used to always believe I'm a good guy, I'm a nice guy, I'm a person with values and this and that and all that bullshit. It is only when I started this journey to try to discover who I am, I found out I'm an asshole, man. I found out that I'm irritating. I found out that I have plenty of drawbacks which I'm trying to hide, but which is so visible. And the more I try to discover, the more I found out, oh, this is what all the people think, because it's a reality. See, we always say, don't care a damn of what people think. But if you're an asshole, then, and everyone knows that, you're not going to succeed very much. If you're not likable, you will not succeed. If you are racist, you might pretend that, I'm not racist, I'm a very God-fearing person. No, maybe you are. Maybe you're a sexually depraved addict. Maybe you're full of yourself. It's very important to know who you are. And for that, you have to spend time not just with yourself, you need someone mature to guide you. I had, luckily, not only mentors, but paid professionals to help me discover this. And it took me roughly from the age of, I think that self-discovery was from the age of 31. By the time I reached my 40s, nearly 10 years or 9 years, only that time I found. And it's because of the tough times, the tears, the moments of failure, and the point of extreme where I literally wanted to kill myself. That's where I truly discovered. It's pain and suffering that makes you discover who you are. So today, I know who I am. I know what I want. And once you discover who you are, you'll know what you want, what you don't want, what you can stand, can't stand. And you stop being a goody-goody guy that pleases everyone. And at the same time, that doesn't mean you become an ignorant, arrogant son of a bitch who treats the world like shit and says, no, I know who I am. No, it doesn't work out that way. There is a price to pay for everything that you do. So yeah, these are the 20 points that I wanted to give you. 19, but 20 is a bonus. I hope these points really help you, and feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Which one among them really helped you? So yeah, I genuinely hope that these words of wisdom or the realities of life guide you and help you. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Having said that, this is me signing off. You guys take care.